If you guys get a chance, please go check out our other channels. And that's NZ Mopar Outlaw Customs and Iron Horse Garage. Check them out on YouTube. They got some awesome stuff. And then I want to make a shout out for Danny and Michelle at DG Retro Customs. If you guys haven't checked out DG Retro Customs, go check him out. He's doing some awesome stuff. And right now, he can really use your help. Go to his Teespring store, buy some stuff off of his Teespring store, shirts, hats, merch, cups, whatever. Or go and support the guy by throwing some money at his Patreon or whatever. Any way you can help him, go check his channel out, DG Retro Customs. He's in dire need right now. He's got some stuff going on. He really needs your help. And the YouTube community is the people to ask for help because, you know, there's some awesome people on here. And I want to thank you guys for all the subs, all the support on my channel. We recently went over 33,000 subs, I think it is, which is crazy because, I mean, honestly, I never thought I'd make it over 100 subs. But you guys, it means a lot, man. Thanks so much. You know, I couldn't do it without you guys. So right now, what I'm doing is, I think the next step I'm going to do, let me flip this camera around first. Sorry about the crappy camera work. So I did find some other dents right here in the top of these fenders and stuff. And then there's some rough spots right here, which on the 57 Chevys, it must have been when they pressed them, you know, they must have been from the factory, screwed up right there. And there's some rough spots here that I gotta fix. You can see where there's some Bondo in there. But the cool part is this car is so clean. Every single car in Minnesota that I've seen above the headlights, what happens is the salt rust goes up in here. Man, crappy ass camera work. The salt goes up in here and rusts out the whole fronts of the headlights. So you have to replace these. But these are mint. I mean, there's no rust at all. And I looked up inside here and it's really nice too. So, other than that, I mean, really that's the only spots on these fenders and pretty much on the whole car other than the floor. The whole floors got rotted out because it had like this shag carpet stuff real thick and it got wet and sat there for probably, you know, 15 years when the car sat. So other than just small spots of surface rust, and I'll treat those and then, you know, throw some high build primer on that and we're good to go. run a dolly underneath that slapper hammer. And then same thing here. You got a real bad crease right here. Run a slapper hammer on top, dolly up underneath, and then this crease right here, it's actually coming out of there where you can start pulling it up enough to where you notice, like right here, it starts hitting until you start getting the high spots. All these silver are high spots until you start getting those right here. Doing that same thing. And it's almost out there, so it's coming out really nice. And then I'll metal finish this, and then that way you don't have a bunch of mud or filler in this car. It's all metal worked, so everything looks like this. And then all you have is primer and a real, thin coat of filler that you block sand off, and the filler will take care of all those little imperfections like this. That way you don't have to keep adding more and more and more high build primer. And then, I'll get everything smoothed out and go from there. So that took about 10 minutes or so. I could feel a little bit of imperfections, a little bit of couple little dings here and there, and I'll keep working on that. But like I said, if you just keep hammering on it, with a slapper hammer, and the other thing is you're not coming down like this, you're making like glancing blows like this. And what that does is you're spreading that out with that, and you have on dolly and off dolly. So you would have, your dolly below this metal, and any low spots, it kind of works opposite. So if you're using that slapper hammer to come down, it's spreading that dent out, and at the same time that dolly's pushing that dent up. So a lot of guys think it's like snake oil, but it really does work, man. I mean, it's awesome. You can see there's a couple little imperfections, but you saw those big old creases that were in the fender, and they're gone now, so it worked out great. And I'll just keep tapping on this, and it feels really good now. It's getting there. I'll keep tapping on it until I'm happy with it, until it has just little minor imperfections that I'll fill with primer, So worked out great.